Nuclear missile ready. 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 Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to week number 8 of All In TheNydus NA League. Alpha X is currently sitting 3-3, and we are going up against GnR this week, Guns and Roaches. And I am joined, as always, by my good friend Snap to cast this important game for the team.
Hello, everybody.
Hopefully, balance is good. Sorry, can you give me a 1, 2, 3? I should have done that before, but
Can I get a 1, 2, 3?
sure.
1, 2, 3.
All right, that's good.
Alrighty.
All right, already. Yeah, we're about 20 minutes behind schedule, so people, but such is life. Wait. Yeah, you're the host. Never mind.
Alright. Don't forget the overlay, and let's go! Woo! We're starting!
Wait, why is no one caught in the?
No one caught is.
Oh, duh. Right.
Okay. Sorry. Here's Snowflower.
Right, I love that it changes people's names in my friends list when I add them, but I hate that it changes it in game and in lobbies.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
But here we go. We got a matchup classic for the ages. It's going to be a Terran versus Zerg. And away we go.
All right, in the bottom corner of a Metron, we have the Blue Terran, representing Alpha X as our first Diamond player, and this is his debut in the league. It is Snowflower.
Ooh, yeah. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, representing Guns and Roaches, it is the Pink Zerg. It is Ocha. I'm not going to try and say the first part, sorry. Ooh, yeah.
See, here's the thing is that if we start doing that, then it's gotta increase intensity throughout the entire cast.
like the intro hype.
So if we do this, if we commit to this, then it's gotta keep going up. It's a pretty serious commitment.
Okay, hold on. I'll ponder it and then I'll let you know.
Okay. Thank you for the subscription, Reality, aka John Goodman. And someone said, "Hey, yeah, there it goes, Kyojin."
The Kyojin.
The Kyojin. Yeah, cool to see you in chat, man. Up next, it is late for you. I am sorry for the delay. We will get to you as soon as possible.
Alrighty. So far, so good. Looks like it's 2-1-1 for Terran, or at least it's Command Center after Barracks Reaper, and it was Barracks first and then Gas. But I don't know. Very well could be 1-1-1. I'm not going to try and read too hard into it today. Zerg is open hatch gas pool, pulling off at 100 gas. Gonna build that Zergling speed and then no more gas. Period. Ooh, not even one with it. That's daring. There goes Ling speed. 2 queens, pair of Lings. All is well in the world. Overlord sits on top of Terran's base. It's going to be shot at by the Reaper.
Yeah, and actually it moves the wrong way, so he's most likely going to lose this Overlord, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think he's 100% aware that the high ground pillar was between him and the Marine, or behind the Marine, but he is going to get a full scout, see that there is a second gas already, see that it is a factory followed up, there's a reactor. It's not ideal to lose the first Overlord, but at least he flew it in for vision, and I can forgive him for that. Excellent job. The Reaper has 2 kills. Ooh, one of which is a drone, I think, because I see 3 hits. Yes, there is one drone killed. Ocha has microed his drones in the natural against the Reaper and accidentally left them hovering around the gas geyser. That's going to be unfortunate, and I hope he realizes really soon. And there it goes. Oh, but he misclicked again! Oh, he clicked next to the mineral patch. Oh, please. Please. Save yourself. It is 111. There are Hellions being reactored out. Marines being produced out of the barracks, which is sitting on the tech lab. I have no doubt that that's going to be used to research STEM.
Yeah, and speaking of, it just occurred to me again that no one caught did in fact play for the CTL team when I was packing it, and I trying to remember what he did in those games, but I cannot remember. I think it was a bit ago. So it just occurred to me that, if you're watching this back, man, appreciate all the games you played for us in CTL as well. Really appreciate it. I think it was because in Discord, his name got changed into the characters, and no one caught. Tag was not preserved in that, so I did not make the connection.
I see.
So, Ocha is expanding to a third base here, and meanwhile, Snowflower is sneaking some Hellions in here. Gonna get 2 drones and lose the Hellion for his troubles.
Yeah, dives a little deep. I think the commitment was okay if the target firing was like pristine, like you got a line of drones and then followed it up. You did lose a Hellion, and 1 Hellion for 2 drones is not worth it, but he didn't lose all of his Hellions, so the threat is still alive. And there's the extreme possibility for Hellion YOLOs in the future.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if Ocha puts up a sort of a wall here with the Evo Chambers. Actually, sorry, he has Evo Chambers in his main, so that will not be happening. So you're absolutely right. That's a nice straight angle for Hellions to dive. And here we go, 3 Hellions in the natural of Ocha, stacking a little bit, but ultimately only 2 drones went down.
Yeah, the miss micro was a little bad, but that's okay. A lot of those drones are low, and they're not going to regen for... Well, they're going to regen, but it's going to be slowly. There is a Banshee floating inside of an Overlord on the top side of Ocha's base, but I don't think either player has realized it yet. And Cloak was not researched, so there's no gaining energy to have a longer cloak period for the Banshee. He's kind of just... I think he's kind of just forgot about it.
Double eBay is down for Snowflower, and 1-1 on the way. So this is a commitment to bio in this game. But as tanks are being produced as well. And it looks like some Widow Mines coming out also. Ocha's third base is down and can start mining from that soon. We'll see Snowflower look probably... Oh, sorry, the CC is it's already built. Gonna float that over soon. So I like Snowflower's position, but both players pretty even here. No real damage dealt.
Yeah, I will say that I feel strongly that Snowflower's in a better spot, but it's not like an overwhelmingly, like, get out of the game, I'm beating you overwhelming spot.
For sure. Ocha, it looks, is posturing to attack this natural, and Snowflower is really not positioned well here.
No.
He needs to get those tanks at the natural ground to be able to
Yeah, the
actually,
entire...
Ocha sent a changeling up to check that. It was very smart.
Oh man, and all the armies in the main base, the siege tanks are not siege. This is actually going to go really
move
forward.
man.
Alright, burrow the Widow Mines. Oh, come on. They can hit the... Yeah, okay, get some nice Ravager hits. And then the 1-1, or the bio will clean up the Roach, or the Ravager link. That's nice. That looked very scary to begin with, but quickly turned it around.
Yeah, well, with the bio standing there in a clump at the base of the ramp, those lings had a very limited lifespan. And even though Snowflower moved command for a second there with the bio, The Stutter Step was able to clean it up, and then the Ravagers were all on their own. So great pickup from Snowflower. And Snowflower is pushing across the map. If he gets some solid Widowmines hit, he most likely will be able to deny this third base. Roach is coming in. If he gets these 2 tanks put up, I think this is going to easily lock this position down.
Yeah, I think I like the choice of bio from Snowflower a lot, but I don't know if I dislike the choice of Roach upgrades more out of Zerg, out of Ocha. I think I don't know. I just don't like Roaches in ZVT. So I hope he can make something of it, but I feel like the Bio Ball is going to beat the Roach Ball every time. You just have to have an overwhelming number of Roach Ravager for it to be worth it, and we're not going to see that.
Yeah, Ravagers are definitely very strong in this bio, but pure Roach is kind of odd. And although Snowflower is attacking up a ramp, and that there is quite a serious... We have seen this many times on this map, Snap. The defender's advantage up a ramp in this location is real, so, you know,
Yeah.
he's going to have to do this carefully. But the army advantage is so great now.
Yeah, he's even fighting outside of range of the tanks, and it doesn't matter. GG's called. Good job, Snowflower. Excellent.
Very well played.
Kyojin says, you're low, but I'm good.
Yeah, I did adjust it when he said that, so I think it's good.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Nice job out of Snowflower. That will put us up 1-0 in the series so far. I wonder if another diamond was able to come online for Guns N' Roaches. I hope so.
Looks like the stream quality was moderately good. Glad to see that. Noticed my computer chugging a little bit when I was opening up a bunch of things. It isn't amazing. There's some issues with it, but seems to be doing the job with just StarCraft 2 on. Well, don't see any other diamonds in the chat, and he's not responding to my whispers, so we'll give him a second here. Looks like reality is saying roaches are good, ZVT. So defend yourself, Sinai. How dare you? I'm trying to remember. Reality switched to Zerg, right? No. You still play Protoss? You played Protoss forever, right? And then did you switch to Zerg?
I think if he did switch, it was to Terran, but I don't think he switched.
Yeah, he's still Protoss. That's right. Oh, you think I should change the pictures in the little boxes? I should give you a picture. I should maybe change mine.
What should my picture be? That's a good question. We may just have to find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I don't think roaches are bad in ZVT. I've experienced way less games of them winning than I have experienced games of them getting destroyed.
Fair. Okay, Ocha is saying that the next diamond is coming on. And looks like we do have someone. Goku. who is a 3.7K diamond. Yay. And as always, guys, is loser map pick, so the map is going to be their pick, and Goku just picked a Metron, which we already played, so unfortunately for him, there's no dice on that one. I wonder how loud our keyboards are on the stream, because my keyboard's pretty loud.
I know that my keyboard's loud, and I feel very genuine remorse.
Yeah, like, the thought process behind, I got the, whatever the cherry, the blue ones, which I think are the loudest you can get. And my thought process was just like, it's so cool that it's loud. And then it's like a couple, like a month or two into it, it's like, it's loud. And then it's just sort of like, it's not cool anymore. And you just have this, like, so loud keyboard that, you know, if someone's sensitive to noise, like in the next room behind a closed door, they'll be driven insane by the, like, clacking of your keys.
Yeah, like the just the sheer volume of it was absolutely a big. The sheer volume of it was a big factor for me when I got my first mechanical keyboard. But I was also very just like in awe about how I was like, oh, this is the better keyboard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, I love that it makes noise, but now I'm like,
I'm also not crazy about the actuation force of mine. Like, it doesn't. I would like something that's a little bit more. It's a little less taxing on your fingers. That's just like it's easier to hit a bunch of keys. I know that, like, coming from like using crappy membrane keyboards, there's that gross, like, squishy feeling. But and it's really satisfying, especially to type. Like, I play Brood War, and I want, like, to be able to hit a lot of the number keys just really fast. And the actuation force doesn't really do me any favors.
Yeah, it kind of like requires you like spend more time trying to, like, you have to put more effort into it for sure.
And the especially, like, you know, 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, like Protoss vs. Terran for me. Attacking, I'll say 1 out of every 5 times I miss one, and then one of my control groups of my army
lags behind, and then I don't see it. Got the overlay.
Sick. Yeah. I don't know. I'm like super conflicted because I thought, so like I got a laptop and I started doing computer science like 3-ish years ago, and like I hated typing on my laptop at first, but now I've become really, really like nice to it. And I really like just typing, so like type on my laptop. But now, like, if I were like to type out an email with my mechanical keyboard, it feels a little strange. It's like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, guys. In the bottom corner of Extraction, as the red Protoss, representing GnR, it is Goku.
Ah, woo, yeah, Goku!
I don't know much about Dragon Ball Z, but I do know that Goku is a part of it.
And in the top right-hand corner is the blue Terran, representing all of the forces of evil that seek to destroy Earth and the Super Saiyan population and humans. It is Snowflower. Woo! Yeah! Go be villains! Yeah! Dark side.
You know what's funny? This is so random, but you know XKCD?
What?
XKCD, the online comic writer?
No, I know.
Okay.
No,
That's not going to make sense. Anyways, he wrote a book called What If, which is essentially like people write in these absurd, like, dumb questions, like, how fast do you have to be running to like be sliced in half by like a string? So like weird questions like that. And he said the sheer volume of questions I got about the character Goku and the fact that I wasn't going to watch Dragon Ball Z made me seriously question this book. Apparently, like an insane amount, like we're just questions about Goku and how the physics
That's
of
awesome.
it would work.
That's comical. Like just the sheer determination of like, I'm not gonna watch it, okay? So don't fucking ask me about it. Nice. So we have SCV on the Great Goose Hunt. Wait,
Is he gonna No, he's just sent out. Why is there? Okay, sorry. The one was sent into Scout. Which why? Because there's a Reaper.
well, some people prefer the early SCV Scout. I get it in ZV or TVZ, but I suppose like it's still valid. Like getting the extra couple seconds of information. Maybe he also didn't realize that there's just an obscenely long travel distance on this map.
Most Reaper getting a probe, perhaps two. Stalker is here though, so I'm gonna shoot that away. Still, nice pickup. Thank you for the follow, Atice SC. Appreciate it, man. And the SCV still in the main. Sorry, got denied there. So Goku going for Stalkers and putting down a Robo in a kind of right dead center in the middle between the natural and the main. Hopes that doesn't get scouted. We'll see what that ends up being.
Oh, but here comes the Reaper. Pesky Reaper. And gets the Robo Vision. Sees the natural. Gets everything he wants to know. Gonna be shoot away by the probes. Maybe get another one? Yeah, ooh, we got it. Woo! And does he live? Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Nice.
Absolute savage.
Oh, but please don't AFK it there. Thank you. You're my hero. You're my hero.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand this Robo placement, unless he didn't care.
I mean, I'm willing to bet that he probably didn't care. Okay. It's like probably not like a super hidden secret strategy. Given that it's not proxy, there's no proxy pylon. There's only the two gases still being mined from, so it's not anything super dastardly. I don't think.
I wonder if he gets an obs and then gets a War Prism and then just does a little early pressure. Nope, he's building a second obs.
Gotta be safe. I like the safety.
Atice is this map. It is a great map. It's Extraction, and it's a custom map. And Snap pointed this out, discovered this. I'm going to credit him with discovery that it is a reverse King Sejong station. Sorry, I just blew. Hellion Run By got in, got 6 probes, so good damage being done here. Stalkers gonna pick up those Hellions. So all in all, 7 probes for 3 Hellions. Not a bad trade.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I did not even see the Hellion Run By. I was looking at the observers for some reason. He does have the observer stacked up. There he goes. He sends 1 away. That's good. Getting that extra vision. The choice of Snowflower is bio. He's got reactive marine production right now. He's doing a tech lab, building a tech lab on a barracks, so he's going to start his stim and combat shield upgrades pretty soon.
Yeah. Putting a Raven here. I wonder if he wants to do a push here with the Widow Mines. He could do even harassment, Widow Mine drop, auto turret drop, and then sort of siege up with the tanks. It will be difficult fighting up a ramp with the tanks. However, there is a third going to be down on the low ground, so perhaps he can deny that. Goku's build seemed like a tad unconventional at first, but he's producing a Weir Frozen.
Whoa, this is lag.
Oh.
Game paused.
Snap the referee, gonna step in here. And it looks like we're all good. It's like Snowflower was thinking about pulling the classic reach over, unplug the Ethernet cord.
The nope the fuck out of this game.
Shame to say that I did that many times. Because you used to be able to in Brood War, like, it wouldn't count. So there were so many people with, like, ridiculous perfect records, but it was fake because they would just disconnect every time they started to lose a game.
Right? They'd have, like, 5 wins, no losses, and 67 fucking disconnects. Oh, man. Yeah, I remember that from, I played this, I think it was Mortal Kombat 10 on the Xbox, and people could do that. That was the problem. Like, they could pull the cord and it wouldn't count against them.
Yeah, it's one of those things that once you start doing it, it's so hard to stop because the temptation is always there.
Yeah, right? No, you tell yourself, you know what? No. I'm going to be fair about it this time, okay? I deserve this loss. And then you lose, and you're like, that's fucking bullshit! Bullshit! I didn't do anything wrong. Fuck!
That is exactly how everyone thinks.
Yeah. There was a mine drop that killed 5 probes. That was good. The medevac escapes. None of the mines do, though. Oh, man. There's a game of StarCraft being played.
I know, can you guys just chill while we talk for a minute?
I know, right? Give me a second to just pause the game so I can elaborate on my story that has nothing to do with it.
Let's put the game speed on slower, okay?
Yeah. What an awful setting that would be.
In StarCraft 2, yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird that it's still even there in Brood War because, like, no one ever plays it on anything higher than fastest. It feels so terrible when you play on anything slower.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine if they, like, did a pro tournament, but, like, one of the stipulations was that they had to play on normal speed?
That would be crazy.
That would be so obnoxious, dude. Everyone would lose their mind.
I wonder if the strategy would be different. You know?
Oh,
maybe not, but...
Yeah, it would I think it would throw off everyone's timings, because, like, all, like, their like, counts and, like, you know, at a certain minute, it would be such and such way. Because I honestly don't think that increasing the game speed or decreasing the game speed would change the timer, right?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
I hope so. So we have an engagement. Looks like Snowflower is going to push the 3rd base location of Protoss. Sieges up the tanks in the back, Widow Mines up front. The Raven flies over, gets demolished. He's got a stutter step backwards. So far, it looks like this fight's going great for Terran, but anything can happen in a matter of seconds. I'm not even going to try and pretend that I expect someone to win.
Been some good Widowmine hits here, and the tanks are still largely unscathed. As I say, that one falls, but good damage being done here for Snowflower. Really, unfortunately for him, the Raven went down with full mana, so that's a big loss from here. And these Marauders are pushing down with the natural. Perhaps they can get some probe kills here.
He is busted into this 3rd base pretty well. There was no probe pull at all, so all of those probes are going to go down. The Nexus might even fall. It seems that Protoss is chronoed gateways and the Robo trying to get reinforcements in quicker, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get a sizable enough army in a meaningful amount of time.
Ooh, sick play with the drop, although the tank gets hung out to dry.
No!
Oh, but the Marauders are... Oh, a little bit of indecision here from Snowflower.
Oh, and you...
Medevac.
Yeah, full medevac and the tank, so what initially turned out to be a fantastic, awesome push turned out to be just okay. He cleared the 3rd base, cleared a bunch of probes, but lost everything but a medevac and 4
Well, here's the thing, though. Snowflower's macro has been pretty strong, so the army supply is double for Snow.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The worker count is 25. That is
70 workers, 2 CCs on the way. Great production facility count. This is strong play from Snow.
2-2 on the way as well. +1 armor only for Protoss. Storm has just started. The armies cross each other in the middle of the map. But Protoss is going to hit the Terran base first, and I think that's going to force it to retreat. Yeah. I would love to see him take four or five zealots, split them off into the natural or main base, so that, you know, like, while this event right here is happening and his zealots are being cleaned up, he could still be doing damage in your main. But GG's call.
Yeah, Goku
Snowflower.
might have been able to get some SMB kills there, but then just kind of blundered the control. But yeah, great play from Snowflower. Honestly, that macro was insane. We were obsessing over like losing a medevac here and there, but like very strong macro from Snow. Very well played.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. Very well done. GG.
All right, so Snow is going to go up against their Masters players. We'll see who they are. Yeah, other than Goku, no one else in the chat, so...
You said it's Ravage first and then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so... what map does he want? That's a good question. All right, Tessellation. So, Snap, if you put that game up, I'll invite them.
Yep.
Thank you.
Make sure when you join that this is the correct Tesla station, because I don't remember it being by this person.
Okay. Yeah, I remember someone mentioning that in the captain's chat. It seems right.
ZOU. I don't know what that is.
Wait, is that right?
I'm not sure anymore. I'm gonna look in the captain's chat. Yeah. The link in the captain's chat is the one we got. So that's
Yeah,
good.
all my what's it called? Replays were of that too, so that is the correct one. Wow.
Referee. No one cat. Where's no one cat? Snowflower.
Yo, what race is Lobbies? He's like above 5K in all races.
Whoa.
5.1K in Terran, and he's 5.1K actually in all races.
Damn, that's pretty impressive.
So he's playing Terran. Okay.
Nice.
Oops. The Snowflower. There we go.
Yeah, Snowflower says he's fine. He, she is fine. Sorry, it's just. uh,
That's
I
fine. I
sent the.
understand. I'm reading something funny.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Cool.
Alright.
Man, I need to remember like something to talk about in between games, so I'm not always like dead airing. It's like just floundering. It's like every time I can think of things to talk about in the game that are not relevant to the game at all.
Right.
But after
like,
it's like, this is not time for any interesting thoughts, apparently, in between games.
Right. Just trying to figure out what's next. Or, yeah, who's up and what's next. Alright, Lobbies is ready. And away we go.
All right, so Lobbies looks like he is no joke. So
Yeah, he's very formidable.
yeah,
I'm
5.1k
excited.
is about the level of our other masters. So it is going to be a fulfilling. This one will come down to the wire.
Mm-hmm. If this is their first Master Player and he's 5-1, I'm scared to see who their second is.
Yeah, I as much as I tell you what, it would be amazing if Snowflower or Kyojin could take a game off Lobbies, but it's certainly not expected.
I have the utmost faith.
Yes, that's right. Snaps has more faith than I. I mean, yes, I have faith. Why am I digging myself into such a bad hole? Okay.
Put the shovel down.
All right, in the bottom corner of Tessellation, the Blue Terran representing GnR. It is Lobbies.
Woo, yeah, woo, go Lobbies. Lobbies are my favorite place to get into elevators. And in the top right-hand corner, spawning is the Red Terran, representing Alpha X. It is Snowflower. Ah, woo, yeah. Flowers usually die in the snow, but this one lived. Yeah.
I was just thinking about that.
All right. So we have two gases fairly early for Lobbies. In fact, and we have a second barracks very fast for Snowflower. So I feel like both of these players are up to something funny. Lobby's sending out an SCV scout. Looks like he's scouting around for proxy, but maybe intends to proxy himself.
Could this be something weird like proxy fact or something?
Maybe. I think he was just checking, making sure that he's not going to be stabbed in the back.
Well, he's going for a quick fact, so
Yes, that is.
it's going to be some Reaper aggression versus a very speedy factory. So
Now, do you think when the Reaper aggression hits, that Lobbies will prioritize Hellion production or try and get something else out of the factory? I think Hellions are the correct choice, but I don't know how other Terrans feel about that.
well, because Cyclone would take longer, right? So
Yeah, it would require a tech lab. It would take longer, and I think
he might go straight for Cyclone. No, he's going Hellion. I'm wrong.
So Snowflower has dropped a factory, does not have enough gas in the bank to maintain Reaper production, so it's going to be 3 Reapers, and then a tech lab starts in the barracks, and I think the other barracks is going to start building Marines, or it's going to idle. There it goes. Starport on the way now for Lobbies. 1 Hellion, 1 Reaper. No add-ons for any of the production facilities. Just now encounters the 3 Reapers of Snowflower, and both players decide to back out, that they would rather take this fight at home.
Oh, you know what this map reminds me of? The center of it reminds me of Dreamweaver.
Oh yeah. There is a lot of that, huh? A lot of the vision blocker and the
Swirls.
yeah. That's cool. Dreamweaver or Dreamcatcher?
Dreamcatcher, that's right.
Okay. Right.
Those things people put on their dashboards, that's right. No, what's it? Oh, rear view mirrors, that's what it is. You put a Dreamcatcher on a dashboard, I don't think it's catching much there.
Right. Liberator coming out for lobbies. Starport halfway done for Snowflower. Snowflower looks like this is, well, it's definitely bio. There's 3 barracks, Tech Lab, Factory. Starport's almost finished.
Man,
But-
lobbies is coming in here and asserting dominance. I mean,
That
those
was-
Marines, they're not going to do great against this.
Yeah. Snowflower needs a bunker up front to keep the Marines alive, but losing the 3 Reapers immediately to the Hellion Reaper of lobbies means that these Marines are going to have a very bad time. He's not going to be able to engage. It's just going to be a constant back and forth while he loses SCVs. The real tricky part of this is going to be who can keep up their macro. Who's not going to let their macro slip while maintaining this fight.
Yeah, lobbies now has worker lead and does have better macro, I believe. Got a starport with a tech lab coming away, and the Cyclone is out now, so this is going to start to push back, but honestly, up until this point, there's nothing you can do about it. And actually, he's going to lose the Cyclone too.
Yeah,
So much
loses.
damage being done. It's ridiculous. And a Liberator in the main.
Oh, yeah, 21, 22. SCV's dead. GG. Lobby takes a quick game, number 3.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Clinical. All right, so thank you, Snowflower.
Yeah.
Or I guess I should say no one caught. Whatever. Thank you, Snowflower or no one caught, for the very strong games. Swept the diamond set. Appreciate it very much. And yeah, good to see new players get added into the rotation as we progress through the next few weeks and we prepare for the playoffs. We're going to want as many options as we can because people in the playoffs are going to be a little bit sweatier. They're going to prepare a little bit harder, and they're going to, certain captains absolutely are definitely going to be scouting people. And if we have the same people, the same players week after week, then
Our weaknesses will be exploited, for sure. We could always stand to benefit from having more people participate in these team leagues. They're tremendous fun, and I hope people get in on them while they can. So map number 4, selected by the Kyojin himself, is going to be Lotus.
So we're going to get a PVT here. And Kyojin is known as a dismantler of Terrans. So, and he got very close a couple times to beating a Masters Terran player. So if anyone can do it, it's probably him.
For sure. I believe. I believe in all my heart. And lobbies invited to the game. And that's everybody.
All right, here we are.
Can I just say that I've been on point with my overlay switching tonight?
Yes, you have. I'm very proud of you. I was considering not sending a message at the beginning of this game, and I won't now that you remember.
I know, the one time. Yo, Landfear, what is up, man? Great to see you.
It's Landfear. Welcome back, man.
Landfear, a legendary Diamond 1 CTL player. Played some very strong games for us, and a very nice teammate, solid guy.
All around great person. Thanks, Lane, for being who you are. And we get into game number 4 against Guns and Roaches.
All right, in the bottom corner of Lotus. Okay, representing Alpha X, the Yellow Protoss. It is the Kyojin.
Ooh, yeah, ooh, Kyojin. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool, yeah. I want to believe it means something. Kyojin. Spawning in the top right-hand corner, representing Guns and Roaches. It is the Purple Terran. Lobbies. Ooh, yay! Yeah! Elevators and staircases love you too. Woo, go lobbies!
Even if no one else, I think it's funny, Snap.
Thanks. I don't think the same joke is funny twice, so I don't think third time. We'll have to come up with something new. Both players scouting each other relatively early. Protoss, Kyojin, getting a little bit quicker than lobbies. Just both players making sure that everyone's playing an honest game. Gonna find a barracks in the main of Terran, and a nexus and a gateway in the main natural of Protoss, and all will be right in the world.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if Lobbies does predict DT or something like that, because there is quite a bit of tape out of the Kyojin going for DTs against Terran. So I'm hoping that Kyojin isn't exposed and that he can, if he wants to do that, he can get away with that. Because it has been very strong at times.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, just interested to see this reaction from Lobbies, to see if there's been a lot of significant scouting in some of our players. So I'll be interested to watch that. And also, just real quick, Dust, glad to see you, man, as well.
Hey, Dust. Woo. Alright. Reaper gets into the main base of Protoss, going to get the full scout. The Adept's going to finish up in just a few moments. The Reaper might get a probe kill. Does get a probe kill. But then he has to fuck off back home. Excellent. Adept's not going to kill him.
Yep. Solid nade shot from...
Yes, that was very good.
I thought for a second that was actually going to propel the Adept forward.
Ooh-wee, but boy, do we have a treat, because it's not Dark Shrine.
Double robo.
What a good
Bad
day.
boy, Kyojin.
No. So let's see what the opener of Lobbies has prepared for this. He's got a bunker out front with a Marine in it, 2 Marines coming out, a Widow Mine on the way, and Starport on the way.
And also, really importantly, the Adept just cut Lobbies off from scouting the main. Sorry to cut you off. But...
Oh no, good catch. I just noticed that Kyojin has opted to not start Warp Gate research, and I hope that's not a mistake and he really wants that gas for the Immortal production. But I think Warp Gate is something that should be researched anyways. And there it goes. He starts it now. Thank you. You read my mind. Bless.
Yeah, it's possible he was saving it, but it doesn't. I don't know if that would have necessarily made sense. But either way, it started now. And will lobbies really be prepared for it? Looks like he's going for a Widowmine drop.
Yeah, that seems to be the plan. He's got one Widowmine sitting at the south side of his base, ready to catch in Oracle or War Prism if it flies in, but he's going to take those and he's going to do a drop into Kyojin's main base. Meanwhile, the second Immortal is about to finish. An Observer's coming out, the War Prism's out, another Immortal started, and this pressure is about to ramp up. And we're going to see Kyojin's ability to macro this in the face of a Widowmine drop, and how successful he will be.
Are going to drop straight into the main and go after the reactor.
Ooh.
This is a very strong position. Okay, that War Prism is out a little bit too far. Repositioning nicely. Going to have to pick up here, though.
Yeah, I think he's got to run. He's got to.
Not good. No,
Oh.
Don't do that.
If you lose an Immortal, it's fine. If you lose the War Prism and both Immortals, just stop falling. So, meanwhile, in the main base of Kyojin, he lost 7 probes to the Widowmine drop. 2 of them get up, get away, and fly home. They're going to come back and do more damage later on. But there's a Immortal pushing the front base, or the natural. Oh no. Oh, he gets 2 shots on the tank.
The Immortals with so few shots on the barracks.
Yeah. This many Marines, I don't think he can continue the double Immortal pressure without charge, or at least a follow-up plan, because I don't think Immortals are the greatest against Marines. The
Well,
2 mines.
Yeah, there's a
2
window
mines.
of time, but it's gonna end soon. Ooh,
Yeah.
he did a de-web on the.
He did a recall. on
The
the-
Raven shot on the War Prism, which made it not able to. Wait, that makes it not able to pick up the Immortals, right?
Correct, but he was able to still recall it.
Yeah.
In the natural base of Kyojin, he lost another 6 probes. Oh, he lost 6 probes to the Widowmine drop, but in the main base, he has accidentally moved workers onto his gas geyser and just destroyed it.
Oh,
Kyojin is feeling the effects, the mental drain of the Widowmine drop affecting his ability right now. I wouldn't call it tilt so much as I would say just being taxed in all of his attention areas right now.
Yes, an occupational hazard of proxy double remote.
Oh man, and the Widowmine drop flies in for the 3rd time, gets 9 more kills, and they fly home. Kyojin has suffered greatly at the hands of these Widowmine drops, and I think this Immortal War Prism opener could have been. I think it's okay. I think it could have been better, but really, like, what really stunted this from doing well was it was absolutely the Widowmine drops. He loses all of the army at the front, and the Immortal drops not going to do what he needs it to accomplish. He's going to shoot away, and I think lobbies might be able to walk across the map now and end Kyojin's life.
Yeah,
He
the
needs-
Raven as well helped out with the vision of the War Prism, just really keeping it unable to go undetected. And there's just not a lot of angles that Kyojin can come in here.
Yeah, there's just not a lot that Kyojin has at all. It's 40 supply to 100. It's a massive disparity. 20 more workers for lobbies. Almost 3 or 4 times the army size. Yeah, Kyojin's gonna lose both Immortals and GG. GG. Good job.
Yeah, it seems like I've seen players do the Immortal style proxy, and I think there comes a point where
You got to do some initial damage in order to start snowballing. And Kyojin did a little bit, but not that much. So you got to either kill some serious workers, or really take down the army supply for the Terran player. But after a certain point, the Terran player didn't lose any losses, and they just keep getting stronger. So each time you fly in, it just gets harder and harder to do any damage. So there's a really critical time period, and the better a Terran player is, the better they react. That you have a very short time period, and it gets even harder to micro it.
Yeah, there was. It was also. Sorry, it was also very like tough to deal with the Widow Mine drops. Like the potential to snowball on that kind of build is like cool, but he needs to have done more damage and enough damage to snowball than the Widow Mines did damage.
Yeah, that was actually kind of oddly really worked out in Lobby's favor. Going for Widow Mine drop might have been one of the best things he could have done against the Widow Mine drop.
So Ravage is up next. I just sent him the list of the remaining maps. We're waiting on a choice, and there it is. It's going to be Monument.
All right, so here we are moving into game number 5, the Masters games. It is tied 2-2, as it often is. I think every single week except, I believe, I think it started out that way every single week, except last week. Am I wrong?
I think last week was the exception, but that was because there was a walkover on the
Okay.
diamonds.
Yeah, so it's been 2-2 going into the Masters players for basically every time. Just kind of the way that the Diamond Master player mechanic works out, especially when you have very high Masters players going up first, like lobbies. It makes it much more of a David and Goliath situation. If you have a lower Master, maybe a Master that's in the 4.8 realm, it's more of a possibility, but I should say sub 4.8.
Right, like if we were to say that I'm a master and I put in there, right, then it's a very more equal chance that the diamond player could win for sure.
Think I'm not supposed to agree with that? No, Snipe.
Your ass. All right. Let's see. We got Gorg, Ravage, and we need lobbies. There's lobbies. Okay.
It's currently Monday morning for Ravage, hailing from Vietnam. I think he. No comment on this, but I think. Well, whatever. However it works out, basically mornings are a good time to play, which is great because that's our evening time. So
that's pretty cool.
It's sort of like NA and Asia times are. It's what we work on.
Yeah. Fuck you, Europeans.
Take that. Yeah, I know. Playing with Europeans is really tough.
It's just like it never works out, and it's like such a like you want it to every single time, but then it's like too late or too early.
Yeah.
There's this really nice synergy, it feels like, with especially being on the West Coast for myself, that I feel with like more Asian based players in their time zones. But trying to get to play with Europeans and it's from the West Coast, that's so hard.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Thanks for the follow, whoever that was. I missed that. I heard it, but I didn't see it. So thank you for following or subscribing, whatever that was. Believe follow. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I remember I've had to play at like, I got up at like 4 a.m. one time to play a European guy.
Oh my.
And I think I actually ended up winning, but I was so groggy that it was just kind of not even enjoyable.
It didn't even feel good, right? Like, yeah.
It was sort of just like, oh, I just want to go to bed now.
Yeah.
I just want the game to be over.
A few years ago, when I was like doing my absolute most try hard, I would wake up at like 6 in the morning, like make coffee, shower, and then play StarCraft from like 7 to like noon. That was my favorite.
You know
But
what? I really agree with you. Um, I do. I think I play my absolute best StarCraft. I feel the best about my StarCraft in the morning.
mhm.
There's something weird about it. All right,
Right?
guys. I'm sorry. I cut you off. Let's just.
No, you're fine. Go, go, go.
Okay. In the top corner of Monument, we have the Green Zerg representing Alpha X. It is Ravage.
Ooh, yeah, Ravage, go, Mon. Wait, Mon? No. Ravage their supply lines and their base. Their people and their citizens. Okay, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Monument, representing guns and refuges, is the purple Terran lobbies. Ooh, yeah, go lobbies. All right. So far, so standard. Gas, racks, anything else out of Terran, and then hatch gas pool for Zerg. Fun. This map is kind of long too. Or at least I'm imagining that it's long from just the sheer amount of time that it took that SCV to get to the natural base.
Yeah, it is a pretty big map. It feels old school in a way. It feels like old Wings of Liberty map, the way it looks, which is cool.
Yeah, it was kind of that is true. I really like the I don't know, the ruins. Is that what you would call those? But
Yeah, like
like
Protoss, sort of ruined
like
temple kind of thing.
yeah, but they got the little like markings on the ground, the little hexagons, pentagons, whatever, the lines. Those are fun. You got the base markers, the little circle outlining the destructible rocks. That's cool. Very cool. Ravage takes his third base pretty early. Gonna sacrifice not building lings. Or actually, no, there are lings. Never mind. 4 lings, enough to shoo away the Reaper. That's good. Ling speed and Overlord speed on the way, and then gas is pulled off. So that's really interesting. We're seeing, we're gonna see a very quick scout out of Ravage, and he's gonna know what's up. He's gonna see the 2 factories. He's gonna know that it's mech right away. Cool.
Yeah, the more and more that I see Zerg players do that, the more and more I like it, getting Overlord speed. Because it's just really strong up front for scouting, and it retains value. There's not really it's ever a bad decision. So
yeah, like it never falls off, because then you open up the possibility for Overlord drops and then Overseer scouting. And yeah, it's just nice. So that speed is finished. Circling speed finished. Took care of the Reaper. Overlord speed is done, and there goes the first Overlord from the natural flying in. I'm gonna check the worker count. That's fine. Then the Overlord flies over the main base. Gonna see the second factory, confirm that it's mech, and we're gonna see how Ravage chooses to respond. There's the Roach Marine immediately. 12 Zerglings to shoo away the Hellions until he's safe. And drones. Good.
Ravage definitely a player who can balance aggression and economy. I think sometimes we've seen him some drone cycles almost seem a little too greedy in some games. But I'm interested to see, now that he has a full scout, he should be able to know how many drones he can eke out here and should be able to get that down to a science. He did see that the tech lab was spinning, so I'm not sure if he knows that this is Siege or Blue Flame. I assume he thinks it's Blue Flame.
I think he should know it's Blue Flame. There's just too many Hellions for it to not be, right?
Yeah, I think now that they're on creep, for sure.
Yeah. Blue Flame's going to finish in about 15 seconds. That's going to maul these lings. Ravage has a Roach on the way, but 7 more drones. I don't know if that's going to be. I don't know if these 2 roaches are going to do the trick.
Yeah, he is continuing to funnel out more Hellions. Overlord dipping in again, getting a scout, and roaches and lings trying to be aggressive versus these Hellions. Not sure if that's a good decision, but 12 more roaches on the production tab, so he will be good once those come out. The question is, will he get some serious drone damage done before those roaches come out?
Yeah, here they go. YOLO all the way. He's going to split some off into the main, I think. There's some. Oh man, that was a juicy line.
That was absolutely a fat line of drone throws.
Right, a fat rail, dude. 20 drones down, and 2 Hellions escape. Oh, that feels bad as a Zerg.
Yeah, I mean, 9 Hellions did go down, but still, it's not even close to being worth it.
Yeah, Ravage has very quickly resaturated, flooded that drone key, made 8 workers almost, well, no, not 8, like 13, 15 almost immediately. So now, Ravage marches across the base, or across the map, with roaches. And so far I see a Cyclone and a Siege Tank.
The Siege Tank came out just the right time.
Yeah, it really did. He's going to be able to deter this attack. We might see Ravage get Ravagers and try and bust in, but I don't think that we'll see that.
Well, Roach Siege is almost going to finish, but it's really a shame because Ravage has a crazy army supply lead right now, or he did for a moment, and still does have a significant lead. With that tank in that position in this map with that kind of tight choke, there's just almost nothing you can do.
Yeah, it's a super tough call to make to go home. But another thing to keep in mind, though, is that the roaches are always going to severely inflate the army supply count. So, while the army supply count is pretty vast, like a big lead for Ravage, I'm skeptical of its actual strength. What I'm more impressed about is the 65 to 63 workers. After sustaining 20 workers worth of damage, he's still ahead in workers. That's phenomenal, in my opinion.
Yeah, and also something to note is that the third was up a lot sooner for Ravage, and so he's had a better economy. Fourth is on the way as well. Lobby's third's just now established, but Ravage is keeping up economically.
The Cyclones with the upgrade, Mag Field Accelerator, gonna help clear some creep. But Ravage should really know that he can't really take a fight until he's got either fungal or a way to wrap around the Cyclones, like these Zerglings. If he can trap the Cyclones, prevent them from running away, then he's done a fantastic position. He's done a fantastic job. But that's the real challenge of this state of the game right now.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the decision for Banlings right now because it's more of there's a lot of huge open space in this map, and Cyclones and Hellions, Blue Flame Hellions, will absolutely just shred a lot of Banlings, unless it's a move where you're really catching the Terran off guard with a nice flank. But if the units are too isolated, they'll get shredded.
Yeah. We could see something fun and see Overlord drop Banelings like we do in CVP.
There's no centrifugal hooks here. This is exactly what I was worried about. Just all Lobbies has to do is back up and then take his shots against the good connection there, but
yeah, it wasn't game changing, but that was probably going to be the best connection he could have got with those Banelings. But here we see the flank, the full surround. Still has to back up, but centrifugal hooks. Centrifugal hooks, thank you, are completed now. Banelings are going to be pretty quick. 4 Vipers on the way.
Yeah, and Ravage is up a base for now. Bases are actually going to move as we speak for Lobbies, so Ravage, once these bases are established, he's got to be worried, and Ravage needs to do some economic harassment. The army for Terran is just getting too scary. Here we go. This is a big fight. The Banelings going up a ramp have just such a hard time landing a connection.
Up a ramp, off creep. That's tough. He can chase for as long as the Cyclones are on creep, but the moment that they get off creep, he's got to turn. He's got to run back. Easier said than done, too. I always say that, and then I always chase people off creep and die. Ugh. Oh, I did not realize this, but Lobby's double expanded. He took his 4th and his 5th at the same time.
Yeah, that's huge. He's got a strong army presence, so why not take advantage of it? Here we go. This fight is already shaping to up to be awkward for Lobbies. So, yeah.
I want the Vipers to do something, but pulling 4 Cyclones, I guess that's good. He just need to rinse and repeat that over and over, and not lose all these off of creep. Please don't lose these off of creep, Ravage. Alright. I think we're okay. Yeah. Do we have another Yoink? Oh, all the Vipers have Yoink again. Alright. I did not think that they would have enough energy for that. Cool,
Yeah,
so he's
really
cleaned up.
Not the most effective use of that, to be honest, though. I'm worried about Ravage's army composition long term.
Yeah, me too. He's going double attack upgrades, ranged and melee. That's an interesting choice. I think the Vipers are cool. They're good, but I think Infestors are better against Heli and Cyclone. But Ravage might have been trying to play that 4D chess and think 8 moves ahead, where he's like, well, if his end game is mech, then he's going to end up having a lot of Thors and a lot of siege tanks, right? Maybe the Vipers will be good at picking those off for Blinding Cloud. I hope.
Sure. Yeah, it's just kind of an unorthodox composition right now. Another huge factor right now, and I think why Ravage might lose this game, is that he's done so little economic harassment to Lobbies. Lobbies has been untouched. He's on 80 workers plus mules.
That's a tremendous amount.
And he's ahead on bases than Ravage, or at least equal.
Lobbies is going to bonk this base. Gets a cancel, that's good. But now these Liberators are going to demolish anything that tries to chase up that ramp. And the Biles rain down on the own units of Ravage. Oof, that is tough. 2 Spires down. Trying to get that switch. But you're right, just the tale of the game so far is that there's just been no economic harassment. I think Lobbies is perfectly good with losing all of these units at this point because he's got a little bit of a bank. And he's probably reinforcing with better units. Just Liberators on production so far.
Yeah, I think even just Hydras would be better than
Just pure roaches, yeah.
Ravage is just every time you try to engage, it's so hard to do. It's so hard to be a good engagement for him.
Yeah, the cost effectiveness of this army is just so massive right now. The Vipers are cool, but I want. Oh, the flank of the Banelings gets a nice hit on some of the Cyclones and Aliens. He's gonna spawn. That's cool.
If there were Hydras instead of Roaches, wow, my voice is not holding up. If there were Hydras here, then a lot of those Liberators would be down.
Yeah. But I also worry that the Hydras would be hung up too much on trying to attack the Liberators, that they would be stuck in the back.
Well, there's no answer to the Liberators right now, though.
There isn't. Like Vipers is the answer, and he's not using a duct or parasitic bomb to clean them up and make them on siege. So you're right. There is no answer.
Yeah, I mean, what is he going to yank? Okay, Corruptors.
Except the 20,000 Corruptors that just spawned. All right, and we're gonna chase them all the way home. The 0-0 Corruptors, though, going to have a bit of a bad time clumped up against the 2-0 Rat.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah. Okay, this is fine. He's splitting off, but Man, dude, that first shot, like, really, really scared me. Parasitic Bomb, let's go.
I think,
There's
yeah,
Parasitic
Ravage
Bomb.
right here, you can't back down after all those liberators.
Yeah. Between Parasitic Bomb and the Corruptors, he's going to clean up the libs. The ground army is going to take care of the Cyclones. He's going to stomp this base. Wow, and I was fearful for Ravage for a very long time, but
Yeah,
he
me
is
too. That was crazy. It's like maybe there were so many liberators that once the Corruptors came out, that was a lot of what lobbies had invested into.
Yeah, there was actually a ton of resources invested into the Liberators. I did not even think about that. Like, I knew that there was like 12 or 13, but like that, it felt like a lot, but I didn't realize that that was a lot, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Ravage really needs to get some economic damage here done. Something.
Yeah. Interesting to see that Ravage is taking 2 expansions towards the bottom of the side of the map, very close to Lobby's very own expansion.
But yeah, I think I might have been getting a little bit hung up on some of the individual battles Ravage was losing. Ravage killed a base, and he's taking down one of the last mining bases, so Ravage is in actually an insanely strong position.
Yeah. Yeah, my exact sentiments exactly. I think we were just really hung up on the early game damage and the harassment potential of the Cyclone Hellion.
Ravage's income is better than, quite a bit better than Lobby's now.
Yeah,
like,
Lobby's
established that base.
Lobby's is down to 47 workers. He's taking tremendous economic losses in the last couple minutes. Corruptors fighting a hopeless cause, losing their lives. Greater Spire on the way. He's going to get some Broodlords out. He's reinforcing with Roaches. Those are okay. I don't think they're good, especially not against Thors, but they're okay.
Yeah, at least this gives him time to Ravage to continue to macro up. Just the time that takes for him to engage. I'm not sure about this engagement right here. Okay.
The Banelings really made the difference. The Cyclones were really going to clean up everything until the Banelings were able to let them know what's what. But turns out all the Thors, all the really expensive units for Terran are dead. And he's just Vikings and Hellions right now with a handful of Cyclones. Ravage is remaxing with 2 Vipers, couple Roaches. What is his army composition now? It's mostly Roaches. There's 1 whole Corruptor. That concerns me. I would love to see, instead of 11 Ravagers on the way, a shit ton of Corruptors with Broodlords.
Yeah, the army is quite small from Lobbies. It's basically Vikings and a few Cyclones right here. Yeah, he Ravages in a commanding position. He just has to keep attacking and keep getting some damage done at least.
Yeah, as long as he can maintain pressure on Terran, prevent him from building a critical mass of anything, then Ravage should be able to snowball this game pretty easily. Only 1 Viper with the army of Ravage in it almost just got nuked by the Vikings, but it does not have enough energy for a Blinding Cloud or a Parasitic Bomb. So he's on Roach Ravager Abduct, and the Viper's gone, so not even that. Forces a lift off of the space, but the Cyclone Viking is going to take out all the Ravagers. That's tough. The Lings running away.
He did force a lift off and killed SCVs, so
Yes, he did.
worth something.
But now the army supply is very, very much more equal now, and with Roaches being the primary unit of Ravage's composition, I don't think that that's going to bode very well. I'd love to see more Corruptors. I'd love to see Broodlords. I'd be happy to see Zergling attack speed because he does have +3 melee weapons. There's +3 range weapons too.
Yeah, this game is getting very scrappy. Economies are very low. Here we go. Viking into Ravage. Bailings are trickling in from behind with decent-ish Roach trade. Not going very well for Ravage. And Bailings coming in from the other side can get some nice connections. They do.
Oh man, but Ravage lost all of the Vipers to the Vikings for those 2 blinding clouds, and now he's out of spellcasters against a very mobile army of lobbies, and he's got to run, and the Vikings going to try and cut him off. 6 corruptors, or 6 roaches and 2 corruptors on the way, but Ravage is almost out of bank.
Man, this is so scrappy. Each fight is kind of ending up with both players being wiped out.
Yeah, that's wow. Both players taking tremendous losses.
I think Ravage's economy is just so much better though. That the fights are still going. They're going well enough to keep lobbies in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think after a certain point they will start to dwindle. Fresh base is now being used for lobbies, so that's going to be good mining for him.
Yeah, Ravage doesn't have any new expansions on the way either. He's got saturation on all of his current expansions, but no prospects for the future as of yet. He does have... He's got more Viking. He's got a Viper and more Roaches on production, but... Man, I just really want to see Broodlords. I think those could be good. I don't know.
I mean, my thought about Broodlords is that Vikings and Cyclones are both pretty good against Broodlord themselves, so if you get caught out, then you've really invested into something that doesn't work for you, then you easily lose because it's so expensive.
That is true. I really worry about the effectiveness of Roach Ravager for the late game. We're in 23 minutes and Ravage is still producing Roach Ravager. That's kind of... I don't know, that's kind of unusual in my opinion.
Yeah,
he is.
It may be suboptimal, but I think it's going to work here. He's taking his base down, and...
He is finding success, so I guess there's nothing wrong with it, but... There's nothing wrong with it at all. I would like to see him use the Corruptors to finish off that command center at 6 o'clock location. But that's okay. Getting the uplift, getting 13 more SCV kills, that's going to be effective.
That base is essentially mined up anyways. Here we go, Ravage taking the fight at the natural choke here. Storming forward.
Pulling Cyclones forward, pushing them back into the base. Run back, rinse and repeat. There's another wave of Banelings. And I think this might be the one. He's going to chase him into a corner against the wall, and there's going to be a big Baneling detonation. Cool. Nice. Most of the army, most of the SCVs are cleaned up, and I expect lobbies to leave pretty soon. GG Ravage.
That was an odd game, the mid game. I kind of felt like one of those games where Ravage was just sort of, beating a square peg into a round hole, like keeping it going, even though it didn't seem like it was the smoothest way to do it.
He just did it well enough and held on for long enough.
Right. Like we don't need to change if we just force it enough.
Yes, exactly. Well, staying on pure Cyclone Hellion was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, neither player was really willing to advance their composition to the next stage. Like, lobbies did get a bunch of Thors. He did get a handful of Thors, but those got cleaned up once, and he abandoned the plan altogether. And Ravage never moved out of Roach, Ravager, Viper. not even into Hydras, and I thought that was peculiar.
Yeah, and I think back to, I think it's a real turning point in the game, even though we didn't see it, is that when he killed all those liberators, and then he had free reign to start doing economic damage there. I mean, that was a huge win. That's like essentially 10, 15 liberators going down for free.
Yeah.
Maybe not. It was more closer to like 5 to 7. But then he killed the rest with a decent trade with corruptors. So that was a very good trade for Ravage.
Yeah. Very well done. Okay. Jagannath is going to be our next map.
Very
that
cool.
One is Monument, and one. Jag, and this one, I think, I hope. Alright. The lobby's made, inviting people.
Interested to see how good their last master player is, as what was his name? Lobbies was 5.1, so very impressive. Ravage taking him out. Very evenly matched game. Liquid Solo, I have definitely seen him before.
Yeah, I feel like we've maybe not us seen him in the All In, but I feel like I've seen his name.
Okay, he is Master 3, so kind of just breathed a sigh of relief there. I'm extremely confident in Ravage, his ability to win this game.
I hope so. I hope this isn't a Smurf account.
What was that last week? It was it was Ravage played Lunith, and Lunith beat Ravage, and that was kind of a was a ZVP. That was a little bit of an awkward ZVP from Ravage.
Yeah, and we got another ZVP. This one could be awkward too.
Interested to see if what Liquid Solo pulls out. I had absolutely seen him and watched him play before, but my memory is failing to remember what exactly those games were.
Probably something CTL related.
Yes. And maybe perhaps All TheNydus related, because I believe GnR is one of those teams where it's
smaller
they
group
do
of people, but sorry,
but
what?
they participate in everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a ton of people, but they've all been there forever, and they're really committed.
Absolutely fantastic.
All right. In the top corner of Jagannatha, we have the light pink Protoss. GnR's last master player. It is Liquid Solo.
Ooh, yeah! Liquid Han Solo, let's go. I love that movie. Alright. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, representing Alpha X, as the green Zerg, it is Ravage! Ooh, yeah! Ooh, let's go! I'm not sure the hype escalated between each game, but I feel like at least it was a bare minimum consistency.
Yeah, it was definitely good.
All right.
I don't know what to say. I feel like it's you've kind of perfected the hype, the hype man. So I don't want to step on your toes by the
perfected it. Absolutely. There's
like,
no
what
way
do you say after Snap hypes him up. What is there left to say?
GG, I guess. Okay. What do we got? Hatch gas pool. Probe scout. Nothing too funky. Nexus down. Cool. So, what do you want to talk about for the next 3 minutes?
I'm glad you asked that because I just made the connection. Liquid Solo as being a Star Wars reference. I thought it was maybe like Team Liquid from.
Oh
StarCraft.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
in the last one, right? The Return of the Jedi.
Solo? No, wait, no. There's just the whole movie Solo. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but where he gets turned into frozen brick.
Oh, that one was The Empire Strikes Back. He gets
Okay.
frozen in carbonite.
And is he unfrozen in Return of the Jedi?
He's unfrozen in Return of the Jedi, correct?
Okay.
That's right. For some reason, I was thinking of the sequels when you said Return of the Jedi, and I'm like, there's no way. Like the Force Awakens and then the last.
Right, yeah. I'm pretty excited to watch that. The last one.
I'm excited to see it. Let my brain know that it's ended, and then move on with my life. I love Star Wars, but I do not like the sequels.
Yeah, I thought the first one, Force Awakens, was passable.
It was okay, but then
I liked Rogue One, and I did not like the other one, the second one.
I liked Rogue One, and I did like Solo. I liked Solo, but the God damn, dude, the Last Jedi pissed me off.
Yeah,
I can't. I'm
It
pretty
was
sure
so
we've already
dumb.
talked about it. It was.
The plot made no sense.
Yeah. Oh well.
It's kind of
Spill
weird.
milk.
It's funny thinking that Rogue One, a spin-off movie, is going to be my favorite of the new Star Wars movies. I think it will end up being that way.
Right? It was really good. Like, it was really, really good. I liked Rogue One a lot. But yeah. That's okay. That's okay. The movies won't. I won't hate it forever, I hope. Ravage.
Be able to get some sleep without trying yourself to sleep for a couple months afterwards.
Yeah. So Ravage has gotten an early overlord speed again. He'd flown in. He's seen that there is no more gas being mined by Liquid Solo. There's charge being researched to the Twilight Council, an immortal out, and another one on the way. This is a charge lot all in. And Ravage best be ready. He's already got roaches down. Already got roaches in the production, but we'll see. We'll see how he's able to overcome this.
Yeah, and Ravage hasn't flown in and seen the additional gates, but he did see the Immortals moving across.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure he knows that it's a two-base all-in of some kind. And this is one of the things I was talking about. I love the Overlord speed here from Ravage. I just love it so much. I can't think of any situation where it's not a good decision in terms of the course of the game. I imagine if he didn't go Overlord speed and this was caught him off guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's such a dumb thing to lose to because you could have gotten Overlord speed. And
you could have seen it for sure. He also got a very big tell that there was like that Liquid Soul pulled all 6 people off of the gas in the main. So that's very telling. That is very sure. Having that information on top of the Robo production and the Immortals, that's just guaranteed. This is what it is, and this is all I have to do. He only has to defend this, and it looks like he's built a tremendous army, and he's trying really hard to do so. He's going to get this around. The Lings get the block on the Zealots. The Bailey's going to crush. Oh my mercy. And this game has just been shut down. This rush is over. 12 drones in production. That's how confident Ravage is. And I think he has every right to be. There's still no gas on the way. There's no third base, no probes, just gateways in production and units for Protoss. This attack is going to steamroll him, or the economy of Ravage will steamroll him after.
This is something small, pretty insignificant right now, but I would have liked to see the attack posturing for the third base instead of going sort of straight into where the army is. When you're doing a 2-base all-in, you have to get economical damage and just sort of pounding away at the natural area where the army is doesn't do any long-term damage to the Zerg.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I kind of feel like is maybe missed by a lot of players when they're doing all-ins, is that, you know, attacking into the natural area, there's no long-term gain from doing that.
Yeah.
You have to get economical damage, or else the Zerg is just going to be able to keep producing.
Right, like there's the only advantage to attacking into the natural is that you're trying to get into the heart of Zerg production, but it's like you have to bop the natural then and there. And if you lose your whole army, then, or if you're not guaranteed winning the fight decisively, then it's like you just put yourself in the middle of all of Zerg's reinforcements, and the defender's advantage just got really strong. But here we see the fight. The Banelings have cleaned up a lot of the Zealots. The Immortals can fight for as long as there are Zealots to buffer, but the Zealots expire. The Immortals have to go home, or at least back up to Warpin. More Roaches in production, more Zerglings in production. He was able to... Well, he started Roach Speed, but he canceled it. He knows this is still all in and that he can't even afford Roach Speed. I'd love to see him gather his queens, make a round of queens. GG's called out, and Ravage takes game number 6 for a 4-2 victory of Alpha X over Guns and Roaches in tonight's All in the TheNydus match. Ooh, yeah, GG's.
Yeah, that's really happy that we got a +2 map score. That means we are now 4-3, and we have a great map score. Thank you everyone for playing. It was a very strong night. We got a debut of Snowflower. Kyojin played a strong match, and we got Ravage bad in cleanup, and was able to take down Lobbies in a very back and forth game. Very exciting. I think that was one of the more interesting games we've watched. Seems like with Ravage, you know, watching Ravage play is sometimes I'm confused, because in my small brain, my low IQ brain, I'm confused by some of the decisions, but a lot of times they end up working out. So yeah, but it's exciting because it's not textbook play. It's a lot of times pretty unique.
Yeah. Yeah, Ravage has one of the more unique styles that I've ever seen, and I really like watching his games. It's been tremendous fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. We got a little bit of a viewership peak now that I'm finally streaming on the main channel and not on the Alpha B channel, which I was for the last couple of weeks, I realized. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I hope everyone had a great week, and I hope everyone will have a great week going into your Monday tomorrow. Hope everyone's day is good and their StarCraft practice is productive. So, Snap, you got anything else you want to say before we sign off?
I would like to say that I'm very, very proud of Snowflower for taking out 2 players. Very proud of Kyojin for showing his best stuff against their first Masters. And I'm very proud of Ravage for sweeping the Masters.
Absolutely.
Proud of you guys. Thank you so much for coming, participating. We value you and we love you.
100%. Absolutely. And also, thank you, Snap, for casting. It's always fun. It gets funner every time.
Oh, for sure. I absolutely love it. Wouldn't change it for the world.
I feel like if we had to, we could, if we were allowed to just go on tangents forever, we probably could fill up an hour or 2 of just random conversation.
We'd probably be worse than Home Story Cupcast, to be honest.
Yes.
like here's the story that has nothing to do with the game for 10 minutes. And there's an all-in. Nice. Yeah. I had a lot of fun.
It's funny because there's I feel like there's a kind of like a fine line between, like, I like that there's Home Story Cup casters where they just do that, because that's where you can get some really funny nuggets of just like interesting dialogue between casters. That's not just like committed to this sort of like hypesman, like everything's serious. Like,
Oh yeah. Like that's my favorite part about Home Story Cup is that they have that freedom to talk about whatever the fuck they want to, and like that's really cool. Like it's a fun atmosphere for sure.
yeah, definitely, Home Story Cup's great. It will not be the same without Jeff. We'll be sad. He is one of the funnier guys there. So we'll be sad watching the next Home Story Cup without him. Anyways, guys, like I said already before, have a great week. Love you guys. See you next time. Peace.
Goodbye, love you.
Missile.